Greetings all. I've been pulled back to the table, not by my mom, but by a male energy on the other side. And as I was resetting, the one thing of kipperish that fell off was this. And I'm being asked to say to whoever this message is for, this sounds like this is a very personal message for somebody. What I hear this gentleman on the other side saying is to ask me to say the words to what I believe is signal fire. Yes, it's signal fire. But he's putting his own verbiage to it. In the confusion and the aftermath, you were my signal fire. The only resolution and the only joy is the faint spark of forgiveness in your eye. I think I have somebody's dad here asking them to do the awakening. What I hear him saying is something along the lines of, you were my signal fire at the end, and I want to be your signal fire, is what he's saying. I'm going to just go ahead and start reading here. It's definitely a message for somebody. Like this kipperish just threw itself at me as I was coming to the table. So, as long as they don't step into my energy, I'm okay. Let's see here. The sun. Obviously, the sun is filled with fire, but the sun is typically happiness and joy. What of it, sir? Okay. The Ten of Pentacles. Okay. And, okay. They're asking you to reverse judgment. Okay. To stop judging something here. And, okay. They want you to help somebody. This gentleman on the other end is asking, he's saying, my son, my son, my son on this plane, your dad on the other side, my son, the only resolution and the only joy. There at the end, he says, there at the end, the only resolution and the only joy. There's pentacles back, and they want you to stop thinking of only you, is what that's not how he's verbing it. That's not how he's saying it. He's saying it's time to think of others and give to others, but it sounds like he's trying to say there's a specific other. Ooh, okay. Oh, the Lovers. It's time to reverse judgment about a lover and be. I hear a dad on the other side telling a son on this side that it's time to stop collecting the coins and start putting whatever judgment you had about somebody, an ex-lover in the past, down, and be more generous with how you see that lover, that former lover. Ah, here's that former lover, the Queen of Cups, right there. Anything else for these? No. Okay. So I've got a dad in my ear telling me that he wants his son. He wants to tell his son, whether you knew it or not, you were a signal fire for him there at the end, and he wants to be a signal fire for you here on your timeline as of today. He's telling you that this is the most important thing for you, and he means this in terms of the coins and the tokens and things like this. But he wants you to open your eye. He's saying this eye right here. And see, put your judgment away against, and be more generous when it comes to how you see this former lover. They're asking you to be much more generous in your thoughts about this former lover, is what he's saying. They want to be your dad. He's saying dad wants to be a signal fire now for you. The only resolution and the only joy is the faint spark of forgiveness in your eye. He's saying, in your eye, whoever this is for. This is a message from a dad to a son. Okay. No, he says that's the message in and of itself. I can get, he's cool with me getting some more kipperish for whoever this is for. I don't need to clarify. He's telling you to put that money isn't all that matters, is what he's saying to tell you. Money is not all that matters. He's trying to give you love too. Thinks you've had a hard time feeling. He thinks you've had a hard time feeling how much he loves you from the other side, is what he's saying. You're going to be surprised by this message. Karma. I need to get a little bit more. Ugh. For anybody that's giving you the evil eye. Which one? This one? Okay. You're manifesting, he says, karma. Because all you focus on, he says, is this. As opposed to learning these pieces, he says here. I'll see if I can get more on the evil eye. Maybe you're the one giving the evil eye, since he says that where you're really at right now is that you struggle to put that in the upside down. And actually, when that flew at me, it did kind of fly in this way. So like it's maybe you want to do it, and your dad from the other side is telling you it's time to do it. It's time to put the judgment piece in the upside down about a previous lover. And, okay, let me see this here. I feel like there's probably more on this other side. I really want to get you more. I'll tell you, karma is actually normally associated one way or the other with Libras and justice, as is judgment. And they want you to put the judgment in the upside down, probably so that you can flip your karma. And yes, so that you can turn that in the back upside down too. That's what he's saying. He's saying your focus is this. This has to do with a priestess, somebody that's a high priestess The storyline is about an ex-lover who's a high priestess. Okay. And a commitment, he says, you once had. He says, you're the one that does the evil eyeing. I thought he was trying to say maybe you. No, you are the one that evil eyes. He says, this person. Okay. He says that you, son, are the one that gives the evil eye to a high priestess, a former commitment that you had with somebody. And that's costing you. He said, in your mind, oh gosh, this was like a continuation from kind of this first message I put out this morning. But this is somebody's dad. Somebody's dad is asked to come across and say, you think that this is the most important thing. That this right here is the most important thing. But those pieces will cost you this. In terms of this, there's karma to pay for this, for this stuff right here. Okay? The way you see somebody, okay. Is there anything else in here? Right there? Yeah. This is how you see your ex, is what he says. Now he's asking me to explain to you a little bit better. This is not a continuation from that first one. This is for a different person, but it has a similar feel to it to me, because I'm like, who is this that thinks money's the most important thing over love? This is actually somebody that is straight up, straight out referring to somebody that's a high priestess that they were previously committed to or in a commitment with, the Ice Queen. So many people would say, well, that's somebody that's highly intuitive. However, when you look at it drawn with an evil eye, this is you saying bad things about an ex. That your dad on the other side is basically saying they want you to put that down. They want you to turn judgment into the reverse. I must have put that other one back. I guess I did. Not sure what I did with your judgment card here, but hey, maybe that's because you were supposed to lose it. There it is right there, judgment. They want you to put that in the upside down. They want you to stop with this stuff right here. Okay? Right here. This is your former right here. They want you to set that down. That judgment that you keep pulling on the former, because you're blocking your dad from being a signal fire for you. Your dad wants you to know that he wants to be your signal fire too. Oh, he says to tell you that he's sorry that you didn't know before he left how much he loved you. But you were a signal fire to him, whether you know it or not. And now he wants to be a signal fire for you. He wants this open for you so that he can talk to you, is what he's saying, so that you will understand that you are a very, very, very wonderful signal fire. Oh, okay. I'm going to get some, I feel like I probably need some sacred woundings too. He's not opposed, but I'm trying to get you an angel number here. Okay. Your dad wants to be a signal fire for you. He says it's his turn to be a signal fire for you once more. You have been a signal fire for him. And he's been watching and he's very proud of you, he says. I got you 1122. Great shift. Personal growth. That's what he's asking you to do. Spiritual development and manifesting goals, openness, connection, and completion. First, focus on the positive changes occurring due to your efforts. Then expand your horizons and permit yourself to try something new. He's saying in your case, the first thing that you need to try that's new is to set this in the reverse. Okay? He says, set this in the reverse, son. He's saying, use this past relationship right here. He's asking me to pause. He is saying to please use this past relationship that you have really been, that you still to this day, he says, talk negatively about every chance you get. He wants you to learn to put this in the reverse, son. Okay? That's what he's saying. This is a former for you. He wants you to turn judgment. Judgment, when it came out, it flew out like this for you. And I just did this and gave it to you in the reverse because that's exactly what they want you to do. It's running across your line. Every time you talk negatively, he's saying about this old past connection that you have. And every time you think it's okay to keep this into the upright instead of reversing it like this and understanding that, you know, you haven't, your dad on the other side says you have not known this person in forever. In forever. And he's saying that you are like one of the number one people that when they look just within your ancestry, in our collective, things like this, that the fact that you don't see, that you continue to feel that you have the right to judge someone that you knew, he's saying you knew this person decades ago, but that you continue to do this to this person. He says, how can I be a signal fire for you and let you know that you were a signal fire for me? He's saying, especially there at the end, you were a true signal fire for me. I'm sorry if you didn't know that. But how can I be a signal fire for you if you won't turn this on? Okay, I'm going to just finish reading this. It says, first focus on the positive changes occurring due to your efforts, then expand your horizons and permit yourself to try something new. So many positive shifts are in store for you. The world around you is changing in favor of your intentions. Right here, they want you to open this. They want you to open this right here, the third eye. He says you need to understand that there's karma that has to be paid when you keep doing this stuff right here. Okay, to somebody that you haven't known in years and years and years. How can he be a signal fire for you if you won't let him be? And you won't listen to the rest of the world that's telling you, yeah, that's an old dead storyline, things like this. Whoever this is out there is really, you know, what they want to give you is they want to manifest for you real and true and genuine love. Okay, they want to manifest this for you. Your dad on the other side wants to manifest these things here for you. However, you're literally continuously, he says, just adding more and more and more and more and more karma to the mix. So Every time you go after, he says, whoever this is for you, it's a former person. Every time you do that, instead of putting that judgment card in reverse, all you're doing is building this crazy karma for yourself. He's saying, do you understand that this is how people see you every time you keep knocking on that door? Do you understand that every time you have something nasty, negative, vile, malicious to say about somebody you haven't known in decades, this is the only card that people pull for you? That's it, right there. That's it. Oh, gosh. That's how they view you, is somebody that just does not know how to grow and change and prosper, he says. He loves you. You are a signal fire for him at the end, and he wants to be one for you now. He wants you to let him help you. He wants you to help him he wants this opened for you. Because he knows once this gets opened, so does this piece, okay? These two tend to open together. You'll be able to do the forgiveness, the set down. You'll be able to change the way people are seeing you too, okay? Oh my goodness. All right. Well, I think this was a good message for sure, but I'm going to go ahead and pull you some sacred woundings and then maybe some shadow work, because this gentleman on the other side is asking that he be allowed to talk to his son on this side. I have no idea how people think messages are going to get out to people. We still have a very, very, very small tribe, but I get told to trust in the process, so I'm going to. All right. A fear of success will show up as self-sabotage, procrastination, or an unconscious resistance to stepping into your full potential, even when you have the ability and opportunity to thrive. It may manifest as fear of responsibility, expectations, or change, often rooted in beliefs about unworthiness or the cost of being seen and successful. He said, you are definitely a self-sabotager. Whoever this is, you self-sabotage almost every, he's saying like almost every opportunity, more so even than just like jobs. They'll give you really nice opportunities on the other side, and you'll find a way to sabotage them. Okay? And additionally, he's saying that when you self-sabotage, you tend to go right back to harping on whoever this was in your past, and not understanding for yourself that all you're doing is continuing to create and build more and more and more karma that just comes back to you in the universe. Okay. Anything else here, sir? Right there. Okay. All right. Oh, he threw another 2 for you. You've got 2 in the reverse that he's saying you haven't even begun to consider, you haven't even began to look at in order. And he said, these are the 2, and I can't even see what they are. These are the 2 that you need most in order to help you flip that judgment piece that you carry into upside down. So let's see what this is. Needing to heal an inferiority wound will show up as feelings of inadequacy, self-doubt, or constant need to prove oneself. The wound may manifest as a fear of failure, comparing oneself to others. He said that's exactly what you do. Or avoiding challenges due to the belief that you're not good enough or worthy of success. See, you got a fear of success. You've already been told that, okay? It can drive you to seek validation instead of trusting your own worth. He says you're one that seeks validation by putting other people you haven't even known, in forever and a day. That instead of looking at who you are, what you do, things like this, you would rather just say, that person I knew, that failed marriage I had, 20 years ago, 30 years ago, whatever it may be. Let me just tell you how terrible that person is. He said, that's what you do. Oh, goodness. He said, and that comes from you feeling inferior. He said to tell you that's an ego wall. That's a way that men keep up their egos. The last one is needing to heal a control wound. Okay? And remember, these two came to you in the upside down. He's saying you would never even consider or think about yourself in this way. He said, but that's exactly what you need. Okay, will show up as an overpowering need to control circumstances or people, often stemming from a deep fear of unpredictability or vulnerability. It can gradually tighten your world where safety feels dependent on managing every outcome, and surrender is perceived as a threat rather than a source of relief or trust. He's saying that's like one of the number one issues for Generation X. And he's now confirming that this is a boomer dad on the other side talking to a Gen X male on this side. He's saying part of what you do when you are refusing to set these into the upright, whoever this is for, is you then pick a past person that you haven't known in forever and a day, okay, that hasn't been in anywhere in your energy, your sphere, your anything to do with you in forever and a day. And you'll pick this card up, and you'll pick these cards up, and you'll say god-awful things about this person that you have not known in years and years and years. And he says the only thing it's doing for you at this point, and I can imagine this would be true too, because I know if somebody came around to me and was talking shit on somebody that I knew 30 years ago that I don't know anything about at all today, I would be thinking as a spiritualistic person, oh my God, do they know what karma they're racking up? This is the only thing that when you start doing that, now with anybody that the two of you mutually knew, this is you that they assign that to, not your ex. They assign that to you now. Okay? Your dad on the other side really, really, really wants you to start doing the work. He's saying, son, I want you to start doing the work. He says at the end you were his signal fire. And for you, and from what they can see on the other side, the only resolution and the only joy is this faint spark of forgiveness in your eye. He's saying in this eye. They want you to wake up, and they want you to start talking, and they want you to start healing and hearing and healing. He's showing me very, very, very self-destructive behavior with this person. Very angry, very, very, lot of anger with this person. Okay, what do you want him to see for dark woundings? This, you have completely stagnated yourself. Okay? Stagnation, that's easy. That's an easy enough word to understand, right? You're going nowhere. You're like literally just doing this in one place. Same thing over and over and over and over again for decades now, your dad says on the other side. Movement, even if slow, is progress, he says to tell you. The faint spark of forgiveness in your eye, it's there. The other side says it's there. You need to let them help you from the other side. Start addressing why it is you do and say the things that you do and say against other people. He said many other wounds for you would also be in the sacred wounding. He's acknowledging alcoholism, very severe, significant child abuse for you too. Similar things to what I know I went through as well. But they want to help whoever this is out there, learn to forgive, and they want to start right here. They want you to do an awakening, because they need you to see that you're racking up this, and that the only thing you look like to people when you put that stuff out there is this. Is like you're somebody that's just angry and hateful. And he's saying in this case, they think you're just nutty, and that they think you're possessed sometimes, because most people, and I can see what he's saying here. I mean, I wouldn't be interested in something, hearing nasty things about people I used to know, or people I went to high school with or middle school with or whatever. It just wouldn't be of interest to me. And we're in our 50s now. And so whoever this is for, they want to be your signal fire. Your dad on the other side wants you to let him take a turn and be your signal fire, because he said you were a signal fire for him at the end. He just doesn't think that he let you know that you were a signal fire for him at the end. All right, I'm going to pull one of these, see if I can get you a Lewin gift, help you out. And I'm going to remember to do these Illuminati cards on this read, because I thought that was a really good reminder from whoever it was the other day that said that the military sometimes can use some of these things that should be great for helping us to evaluate for mental health. And instead they utilize it against our people that have served on it honorably. I don't think that's cool at all. All right, this is a blessing of movement, which is what they want you to do. They want you to stop being in stagnation. They want you to move. Only thing I'm not real sure of, I think that that's an 8. Let's see here. Yes, a blessing of movement. The fairy gift of free-flowing liberty, movement through the world, deciding your own direction. Okay? Let the fairies offer you this gift of movement, of the freeing of the stagnant parts of your life, of the disentangling of the cords that have bound you. It's exactly what your dad is trying to help for you. They want you to disentangle yourself, whoever this is, from old storylines, old lovers, people that haven't been in your energy in 1.5 million years. I mean, I'm obviously, if it's 10 years or more, you have no business doing what he says you're out there doing. He says this is what you're out there doing, and they want to disentangle you from this, because this is how people see you now, and this is what you're racking up. Okay? It's exactly why they're giving you this gift. All right. Disentangling of the cords that have bound you, and the clearing of the way before you, so that you can go to where you dream and wish dream and wish of. Let the fairies be with you as you finally begin to break free and explore more, either through movement of the mind with ideas or movement of the body, with joy in the expression of the body, of movement from one place to another, or movement to destinations you have dreamed of. Let the movement ripple through any emotional places where old habits, once again, he says, I should just hold on to these things. It really becomes delaying me, because I'm starting to recognize that I'm, getting, and spirit and the divine are absolutely confirming, okay, I should just hold on to these things. With joy in the expression of the body or movement from one place to another, or movement to destinations you have dreamed of. Let the movement ripple through any emotional places where old habits have pulled and grown heavy in their energy, and let the fairies clear you from this, blessing you now with a lightness and a freedom and a sense of the unknown before you. May the freedom to come and go to now be yours, and let every step become a blessing to you. Know that the fairies bless you as you move forward into the unknown adventure of life with all of its holy freedoms. Okay? They're literally trying to take you out of stagnation, friend. Whoever this is for, they don't want people seeing you like this. Okay? They don't want you racking up this. They want to remove all of this from you because it's no longer relevant to whatever, happened 30 years ago. Your dad is saying that part of the problem that you have is that you lack faith. Because you lack faith and have done no clearing of your own and addressing of any of your old childhood wounds, any of the things that were going on for our generation, you continue to think that anybody that mutually knew you in this X would see you as anything other than this when you continue to bash your X. Okay? They see this thoroughly as a you problem, and your dad on the other side is saying it, and that's correct. This is a you problem now. This is no longer, it would have been something, and people could have supported you decades ago, 10, however long years this was ago. But nobody's going to support anybody coming after someone decades later that they know for fact you can't see their growth, you can't see their path, you can't see what they were on. You have just simply held judgment in the upright, and anything and everything you hear about that person, you then treat it, he says, as something that it's okay that you go around and you continue to talk shit on the person that you don't even know. So he is telling whoever this is for, they need to see themselves clearly. He's saying you need to see yourself clearly and see how others are seeing you, because they can see all on the other side. They can see what people think when you come and looking like this, talking some shit on an ex, whoever this is. He says it's like one of the number one things that Gen X men, he says, let my son be the one that stands for helping other Gen X men as they awaken understand that that's a huge, 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 huge piece. Give your ex in the past as you're awakening, because that's what they're trying to do with you here. Once your dad is showing me, and I already know it's true, I've already been through the whole thing. You need to give your ex grace and forgiveness, put it out in the universe, but then more importantly, you do that, you forgive all, he says, so that you can get to the point of forgiving yourself too. And then you can rise and help transmute. That's what Gen X men are being called upon to do. All right, let me see if I can find you Sacred Forest Oracle. I swear these readings go on. This gentleman on the other side is thanking me for answering the call that I've been answered to call, or that I've been told to answer. Water spirit, manifesting your dreams. That's exactly what I said they want to help you do, because that is what they want to help you do. They want to help you manifest something completely new and move you out of stagnation right here. It's exactly what they're trying to help this person out there do. Okay? They want you to manifest something new and just completely lay down the old. All right. Card 46, 4 and 6 is 10. That's the wheel. Time to turn a new wheel. Okay? Stop going back and just grabbing out the old. All right. In the sparkly water of the forest stream, otters plunge into the cold water and resurface to race to the shore and then plunge back into the water. Small ones, big ones, otters of all sizes join in the fray. The brook seems to be laughing with joy with their antics. Your dreams can come true, truly. However, there are a few steps necessary for this to occur. First, you have to believe that you deserve it. Know that you are worthy because you are. Okay? Act as if your dreams have already come true. Move your body like someone whose desires have manifested. Most important, you must also take action in the direction of your dreams. It's the second time you're being told it's time to go after your dreams instead of worrying about somebody that you haven't known in years and years. They're saying you have not known this person in years. That's not how you manifest new things and you manifest new dreams and move into different lovely things. This is not the time to sit around and passively wait for things to turn out. Give deeply and fully of who you are, for the more that you give and the more that you will receive. Okay? What they're worried about you receiving right now is the bad side of this, because you continue to roll back after somebody that you don't even know, is what they're saying. Okay? Allow your emotions and feelings to flow. Don't repress or suppress the truth of your soul. Your soul. Okay? It's time to fix your soul. As you focus on gratitude for what you already have, more joy and abundance will grow in your life. The spirit of water says water flows in cycles, and right now you are in a cycle of manifesting your dreams. You have a signal fire. You're in water emotion. Those are mutable energies, but you have a signal fire on the other side, saying that there's a faint spark of forgiveness right here in your eye that they want you to open. This dad wants his son to open. The joy, the resolution, and the joy, your dad says. Son is joy. It's the faint spark of forgiveness in your eye. Okay? They want you to go wonderful places and stop racking up this old junk. This stuff doesn't serve you anymore. Your dad on the other side says it doesn't serve anybody. He says this person from years and years ago, he says this person that you knew years and years ago has rescinded all their energy to you. They have no energy for you. They don't even think of you because it was that long ago. Okay? So he wants you to have your dreams. Okay? And look at this. Do you see the otter in the water? Isn't that beautiful? That's what it's time for you to go after. Okay? The blessing of movement. 10 was the wheel. Right here, you got 4 and 6. 10 is the wheel. They're ready for you to awaken and spin the wheel away from all this old stuff, okay? Because this old stuff does not serve you anymore. Doesn't serve anybody anymore. Serves absolutely nobody anymore. I'm going to pull you an Illuminati card because, I just said I'm going to flux these back in. Okay, financial crises. The global financial system teeters on the edge of collapse. Wealth and stability are shifting, but real value is found not in money, but in your connections, skills, and inner resources. In your connections, your skills, your inner resources. They're trying to. That faint spark of forgiveness right here in your eye, he's saying. Now, I know the lyrics are the faint spark of forgiveness in your eyes, but he's saying the faint spark of forgiveness for you is right here, and they want to turn that on for you. Okay? I feel like if I ask divinity, Tom, is this a divinity? Yeah, because they're trying to turn your eye. Yeah, he's saying it's very personal. He's hoping and praying that his son will hear this message and know that he's right there, wants to turn that eye on for you and give you the world and get you out of stagnation and show you how strong and powerful and amazing that you are, he's saying. I'm going to try and see if there's anything in here. These are my closed cards. Occasionally these throw good something at me. right there, right there. Courage. Face your fears with courage and determination. Bravery opens doors to new possibilities. It's time for you to be brave and set down, fix these old things that you haven't even looked at, that you haven't even begun to turn around. These things that you haven't even started to pull into the upright and look at, you need to fix those. And then he said, this seems like you're working on this a bit more. But all of these, he's saying, are part of things that keep your ego up, 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 and saying horrible, awful things about other people. Okay? All right, I'm going to go ahead and roll because I'm sure time has gotten away from us. Here they are. Go ahead and roll the dice. Or gotten away from me. I don't know, what am I on now? It's getting there. All right, we have somebody. Oh, I hate it when they do this to me. Give me the adders. Could be 61. That was on 19 and 14. Let's see here. That would be 3. Could be 33, 39. Could be 62. All right. Check your phone is in reverse. He says, you don't need to check your phone. He said, you need to go out and do what they're asking you to do here. Yoga. Anytime I see yoga or meditation, that tells me they want whoever this is to start correcting every last single one of your chakras. All of these, he says, all of these need to be put back and fixed. You know, the more you work on these, basically, it's a way of saying your nervous system, bringing your body back into peace, okay, and harmony for whoever this is. I'm going to go ahead and get some cranky terms, and we're going to wrap this up. Can't think of anything else I need to give you here. All right. We have T, K, L, and we also have a K again. And then we have the plant completely upside down and uprooted. So he's saying in your case, because I usually talk about the tree of life with this, he's saying in your case, son, he says, do you not understand that you've taken everything that you've grown, everything that could be good for you, and you just flip it like it's upside down, like it, you know, old friendships that could still be friends to this day, but they just don't view you in a positive way. They see you like this, he's saying. Okay. The number 8 is probably relevant to somebody. And then, I'm sorry, he's still talking to me about this piece. He says you've done that with your own children too. Like the whole tree of life is upside down and just smashed. That this behavior and the way you talk about your exes, he says it's offensive to your children. The way you treat and talk about your exes just makes you look like this to them, son, is what he's saying, okay? It's time for you to get help, son. Let me be your signal fire, he says, because at the end you were my signal fire. Okay. I hope this helps whoever this is for. And, you know, much love to all. It's something we've all had to work on, you know. You know, we've all struggled with that forgiveness piece, but they want whoever this is for to awaken on this side so that they can help whoever this is. All right? Much love.